Hey, Hulkamaniacs! Welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel, brother. Today, we are taking a look at the WWE Ultimate Edition Hulk Hogan, dude. Alright, I'm very excited. This appears to be the Hulk Hogan figure that I have wanted since I was a kid. If you remember, you can go back and watch the Amazon exclusive Fan Takeover Hogan review that I did, and while I liked that figure quite a bit, it just wasn't quite right to me, so I ended up selling that thing, or maybe I think I did a trade for it. Whatever the case, I knew this Hogan was coming, and I was hopeful that it would be the ultimate Hogan, and it appears to be. This is the Hogan from my childhood. So let's take a look. Obviously, that Ultimate Edition packaging is beautiful, very, very classy. Got the Hulkster on the side. Look at that white headband on this guy, and there it is right there. And then on the back, we got some stats. Height, 6'7" from Venice Beach, California. Finisher, atomic leg drop. Career highlight, WWE champion. Hulk Hogan, the immortal. With the power of Hulkamania and the electricity of millions of screaming Hulkamaniacs on his side, there's nothing in the world that can take down the Hulkster, brother. So what you gonna do when Hulk Hogan and his 24-inch pythons run wild on you, dude? I mean, this is Hulk Hogan as we all think of him. Or at least, you know, there's WCW Hogan that a lot of people probably go to first. But for me, knowing the Hulkster as a kid, being terrified when King Kong Bundy permanently injured him with his gruesome attack. You know, I was a little Hulkamaniac for quite some time, and this figure actually brings up some sentimentality here. I would love to have a King Kong Bundy to go along with it. So let's open this guy up. Because by the time the WWF Hasbro figures came out, like, I wasn't into the LJNs. I honestly don't even really necessarily remember those being on pegs. I didn't have any. And by the time the Hasbros came out, it wasn't the style of figure that I wanted. Well, let me tell you something, Mean Gene. And Hulkamania is running wild. So anyway, I didn't, and then Jack's era, I just haven't had that many Hulk Hogan figures in my life because they've never been exactly what I want. I had some of the WCW Toy Biz figures. I've had a couple others here and there, but I've never had what I feel that in my head is the Hulk Hogan, and this appears to be that figure. But let's open everything up and find out. Of course, he's got his Tearaway T-shirt. If you watched my review of the Ultimate Mr. T, then you know how I feel about this. But we'll get to that. Got a bunch of extra hands in here. I love the variety. Although, well, oh, you know what? We'll take a look at that in a minute. I'm kind of thinking about the things that Hogan does and how he looks doing them. Oh my gosh, that fist does not want to come out. And I'll mention again the increased size of my new workspace. Okay, so what is this? They choose one hand out of all 6 that has to be tabbed down. Like, seriously, Mattel? Is that really necessary? Alright. Gosh, this championship is beautiful. We'll get to that in a minute as well. And then finally, these extra heads, one of which appears to be the greatest Hulk Hogan head I have ever seen in my life. Gosh, the hair, the colors. Oh my gosh, really? Okay. It's funny when you just sit these down. There is a huge difference. This is something I've actually been wanting to mention, and this is the great opportunity to do it. But first, let's get his little rubber band off here. So there's Hulk Hogan, right? This is how he would look if you found him in a used figure bin at a store. If he was just laying out somewhere, like, not super impressive. And what drives me crazy is a lot of times in the promo stuff for these figures, they kind of just make them look like not much better than that. They don't get into, and I'm not talking about Mattel here, I'm talking about some other companies, the way they promote things. They just don't put the figures in the best poses they could be in to really show what they're capable of or show the moments that they could capture. They just have them kind of standing there. And actually, sometimes Mattel does this as well. You got to pose these things and make them look good, because otherwise it looks like any other figure. You don't really see what the Ultimates are capable of. Let's look at this portrait. So first we've got the portrait. He's got the headband that is... Oh, I was trying to figure out how attached that was. So we've got a little rubber band holding that headband in place. The Hulkster headband. And that just slides up under the hair like that. And the hair holds it in place pretty nicely. Looks good. So actually, let's take that off and just get a look at the portrait without the headband at all. I've got a little yellow where no yellow should be. I'll have to check that out and see if I can scrape that off after we're done here. It shouldn't be a huge deal. But portrait-wise, he looks great. The eyes are looking into your soul. He's got the lighter colored mustache, and then the hair is, and this is something that, again, it's just in person, you're just going to be able to tell better, but the hair is that pale blonde, platinum Hulk Hogan color that contrasted so nicely with, by the way, that hot dog tan. Look at the tan on this figure. From what I understand, this is a color Mattel developed that is called Hulk Hogan Tan, and that can only be used for Hulk Hogan figures. If that is true, then that is awesome, and I hope they use it on all Hulk Hogan figures, because he's always had this magnificent, brown, red hot dog tan. You can see, you guys know how I feel about this. Let's do better. I do the abdominal joint. I'm actually a big fan of now, and I'll say this one more time. In person, it looks a little bit better than it does here in the video. Well, it looks a lot better. In person, you don't even really think about it. It's part of the figure and the way it's posing, but in the video, there's this just deep black line of demarcation between the two pieces that just, your eye doesn't go to that quite the same when it's on the shelf. Butterfly joints, bicep swivels, double jointed. I mean, we hopefully know the articulation of these Ultimate figures now. Oh, the toe articulation, I didn't mention that in the T review. I'm not a fan of it. It's unnecessary. And then the ankle articulation that I decided I'm a little torn about, because Mattel is still using, if you can see it in there, they've got the rocker ankles rather than the peg that most action figure lines are using now that allows this to swivel. But this gets a really deep bend at the ankle that those other lines don't seem to have. So now I'm a little torn, and that maybe this in ways is better than that pivot other lines have. All right, he's got his nice knee pads. Look good. The right color of red. I mean, this is Hulkamania Hulkster in effect. Very happy with this. His necklace, I believe it's the same as T's. I think there was a storyline thing about the cross necklaces. And it looks like T's is actually a little more gold than the Hulkster's is. Very interesting. But pretty much, it's the same piece, just a slightly different color. I love that portrait. And you know what? It just occurred to me, like, yeah, that's disappointing, and it might be a pain to get that off. This is not the head that I'm leaving on this Hulk Hogan figure. So let's go ahead and remedy that right now. First, we'll put on the this one. Well, maybe we will. There we go. Which is, I guess, a smiling Hulkster. He's almost a little menacing here. Looks good, though. Looks like the Hulkster. It looks age appropriate to me for the era. And again, that hair, I just love the hair color that they've gotten so right here with the even lighter handlebar. But then, this is the portrait that's going on the shelf. This is the greatest Hulk Hogan head sculpt of all time, in my opinion. Oh, what indeed are you gonna do, brother, when this maniac is running wild on you? Oh man, let's go ahead and just you know what we got to do here. You got to have the you finger. Oh man. That face is so, look at those eyes, the teeth. That face is absolutely incredible. I love it. I love this portrait so much. They've done such a nice job with this, with the paint, with the sculpt, everything. You! All right. We've got the Hulkamania shirt. It's exactly the same as T's shirt. It's got the Velcro closure in the front. I don't like it. And matter of fact, what I might end up doing is ordering some Hulkamania shirts from Threadhead's Custom Clothing. So be sure to check out, I mean, you know how to use Google. Google Threadhead's Custom Clothing, and you can get a Hulkamania shirt that does not have this eyesore in the middle of it. And that's probably what I'll do. And then we've got this championship World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion, WWE. Yeah, I know it says E. Just live with it. That's how things are now. That's the world we live in. But look at the color on this really nice, almost platinum-looking color. And I've had plenty of complaints in this review and T's review. I hate this. I don't like this closure system on these championships at all. I think it looks terrible. I don't think it works particularly well. I think that Toy Biz had like a buckle with a peg that seemed to work better to me and looked a lot better. I just wish somebody would find a better solution for mass market championships than this, because it just does not look good, especially if you want to put the championship, if you're doing figure photography and you want them to hold it up or whatever. I mean, this just looks terrible, but this part of it is gorgeous. The sculpt is great. That color of the metal is just fantastic. And then the printing looks really, really nice. What a great job they did on this part of the championship. So there it is. I mean, honestly, not much more to say. He's got his high-waisted yellow trunks, his big tall boots. Everything just looks right about this guy. I love this figure. This is indeed. Let's see. Let me put a fist on this hand. Oh wait, you know what? So we want a fist. He's getting ready to bring the thunder down. The thunder in paradise. But we've also got to do one of these. Oh man, I don't know if we can do one of those. Let's see. Oh, look. I know he doesn't point. I probably should put a different face on it too, but I just wanted to see if the hand could look reasonably right doing that. He looks so insane. Hang on. I'm sorry, guys. I'm starting to just ramble here, but this is just a fun figure. And like I said, this is This is an iconic piece of my childhood right here. So I'm just having fun with the Hulkster. And the pure insanity of this figure. What is this? I don't know what I'm even doing anymore. You guys, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, and remember, what you gonna do, brother, when needless things runs wild on you? Ooh, dude. Hey, sorry, real quick, I realized there was something that I needed to address that I did not address, and that is that the headband does indeed fit on. I didn't realize it until I was getting ready to take my pictures. You can see my lovely blue background there. The headband does indeed fit on that portrait. And let's see. And there's no reason why it wouldn't fit on this one, but maybe it doesn't. Well, okay. It kind of doesn't fit on this one. Maybe a little... Sorry. It kind of goes over the eyebrows on this one, which I think is not totally inaccurate. I feel like there are times when he had that thing pushed down over his eyebrows. So it sort of fits on this portrait and definitely fits on the Crazy Eyes portrait. So there you go. One last little tidbit. If you want to share any Hulk Hogan memories, please do it in the comments. If I missed something, do it in the comments. And if there's anything that you'd like to see me review, leave a comment. Thanks for watching, dudes.
Smash that like button if you like needless things.